Okay. So in order to appreciate what is achieved through Avodah, the Rebbe explained the great Eloi that there is, the great, on the one hand, great virtue and Giluyim that there is in Seder Ishtalshalos. But the point was that all of Seder Ishtalshalos, and you went through all the levels successively deeper and higher, are all at the level of Kulam Chachma Asisa. It's all analogous to a mere act, which, as we explained, expresses nothing of the one who performed it. We started to learn already, we said the second dose. However, through Avodah, we're mamshich the Shmei Yigdal. And he said that happens through Torah. And the question that we left with was this. He said that Amshocha is through the Kav, which we explained yesterday. And the question now is, but the Kav we just said comes from and through the Tzimtzum. It's only an union of mazel, meaning a mere small drip, kavayoch, as it were, metaphorically. A small flow actually means to flow, mazel, means to flow down, but it means in small quantity. Implied is it's a small quantity of flow. So it's only a flow, a small flow. It's only a cider like hair, which is minute amount of chayas in it. So how is it possible that Yehei Shmei Rabba, the Gilui of Hashem's truly boundless self, is drawn into Ishtalshalos through the Kaf? That's the question we're up to, basically. So let's continue. Let's start again. Omnam. Start again with the beginning of the Ois here. Yeah, Omnam calls everything we described to now in the previous paragraph is all creation as Hashem created it pre-Avodah. But the whole tachlis is his great name be drawn into creation. And we explain what name means. Name means already a level where there is the acknowledgement of otherness. The whole kavanah begins there. The aliyas harotzen is already present. But it's all Meliovaviitch at that level, it's all one with him. And there's no concealment. So that's which we have to reveal in Welt, in the world. The Shmei Yigdal as opposed to Shmei Stam, which is Malchus of Atzilus. Here we're talking Shmei Yigdal. Vinyan Zenasa de Torah, and this is like everything, this Amshocha, this revelation of Hashem, is effected through Torah. What we're drawing down here is Torah is Chachma. That Chachma of Atmos Ein Sof, that is bound up and one with him, which means infinite or even beyond the infinite Chachma, the B'chinas Hasiyah, where down to this world. And that again is hinted to in this pasuk, Kulam b'Chachma Sisa, that here there's two types in this pasuk to make this clear. Before when he quoted this pasuk, the word Chachma referred to Chachma Atzilus. The point was, like it says in Tanya, the Chachma of Atzilus is like a siyah for Hashem, like a mere act. Here the Taich is another Taich. That Kulam, that all of existence, but Chachma, we have to draw down the Atzmizdika Chachma of Torah into Asisa. It's a different type than the context that I brought the pasuk before. Is that clear? Friends, yes? It's a different explanation of the pasuk. I'm not getting any response.
I'm sorry, do you mind just capsulizing it again quickly? Can you?
Yeah. Before it was to bring out that Chachma equals Asiyah. Because before we're talking about Chachma Vatzilus. And now it's talking about the Atzmas of Torah. And the pasuk is conveying that this has to be brought where? Into Asiyah. So before it was Chachma equals Asisa. And now it's Chachma being drawn into Asisa because it's a different level of Chachma. You were talking about the Atzmisdika level. Torah. Is it clear now?
Yes, thank you.
All right? And this drawing down is also through the Kav, which again is strange because the Kav is what limits severely the revelation of godliness, as explained in the previous paragraph at length. But nonetheless, it's through the Kav. He'll soon explain how this works. Just like creation happened through the Kav, and the Kav is this measured, graded, finite revelation of godliness, this beam, this projection, this line that's produced by the Tzimtzum. That's how creation happens. Nonetheless, even the Giluim of the Ein Sof, of the infinite presence of Hashem, in the world, is also through the Kav, which begs the question, if it comes through the Kav, then it becomes completely contracted and filtered and becomes like the Kav, graded and finite. How can you say that the Giluim of Ein Sof should happen through the Kav? Quite simply, Ein Sof is infinite, the Kav is finite. How does this happen? That's the question. Answer. The answer is that which we said in the previous chapter. Quoting from the Zohar too, Kadisha is Ikra Mazel, that's the bottom line quote, that the chut, the sacred thread, which is the kav we're talking about, the precious thread. It's all called mazel, which means it's a minute revelation of Alikus. And now we're saying that the Ein Sof is revealed through it into creation. So that which we say that it's mazel from the Zohar, the answer now is, let's just get the words and then try and understand what it means. The words of the answer are, this is the external dimension of the kav. It's measured and finite. And it affects, that's what it's supposed to do, just what it does is wrought or bring about ischalkos, division, maila or mata, higher and lower, is in creation. Such that Atzilus made Ha'aras HaKav. In Atzilus is the reflection of the Kav. And going lower, as the light descends, in Biyat's Mili, a reflection of a reflection. And moreover, the Ha'ared, and then a glimmer of a glimmer of a glimmer, as it descends down through Ishtalshalos into Asiyah. Commissioner Kosta Batan, like he writes in Tanya. And therefore, we have all these gradations and divisions, which he now elaborates upon. He's in mid-thought, and then it's going to be, that's all the Chitzonius. The Pinimis is a different story, and we'll soon see it at the end. But first, he's describing the overt, conscious, experiential consequence of the Kav. From a reflection or a glimmer to a glimmer of a glimmer to a glimmer of a glimmer of a glimmer. Further elaboration in this descent. And if we look at the worlds in general, you make this following distinction. We draw a distinction between revealed worlds and hidden worlds. What does he mean by revealed and hidden? Hidden means beyond us, and revealed means conscious revelation. So this is relative descending model of revealed lower and hidden above it, or rather hidden then revealed. Then that revealed level becomes hidden for the level below it, and so on. This whole process, the whole chain, the whole ladder of divinity. As he goes on now to elaborate, the Ba'olam is Biyah Gufa. If you look at Biyah itself, So you got Bria, Yitzir, Asiya. Hine Yitzir Ulamato. So Yitzir downwards, Nikra Alma Disgalia, that's revealed to creation. Ve'elam Bria, Nikra Alma Diskasia. And Ve'elam Bria is called the hidden world because Bria is lost on Yitzir and Asiya. It's beyond it. Like the pasuk says, Yoitzer Oir, he formed light, and he created darkness. Here we mean darkness on a higher level. It's dark because it's beyond us, as an expression, being in the dark, because it goes over your head. So note that Yoitzer, is Oir, that we, talking relative to us, we can have some understanding of Yitzir because of the Malachim there and their very finite properties. But Elam Abri is already beyond Yitzir. So here is one model of Alma Disgalia and Alma Diskasia. Elam Abri is Alma Diskasia and Elam Yitzir and down is Alma Disgalia. But the same model repeats even higher. Lamaili Yosef and probing, even going even higher, the same relative model repeats, namely Niklolus Biyah, relative to Atzilus, Biyah is one grouping. Alma Disgalia, that's the revealed world's creation, as implied by the word Bria. Atzilus Alma Diskasia, and then relative to Bria, Atzilus is this hidden, incomprehensible world. K'mayim Razal, as the pasuk says, as Chazal say, in the Medrash al pasuk, Hashem says to Moishe that no man can see me and live. So Hashem only showed him, right, his tefillin, the back part of Hashem. So this is medayik. No man can live. What's the live referring to? The choy, the chayis, meaning shafilu hachayis, even the angels, the heavenly angels called the chayis hakodesh. Hanois is Akisei who bear the divine throne. Where's their world? Bria. Ein on royin. They cannot see me. That's a reference to Elam Atzilis. Shemayim edachayus of the Bria. Where are the holy angels, the holy creatures in Bria? V'shom shaykh etzem in there they can see. They can apprehend God as He's revealed in Elam Abria. Why? Because that's where God's revealing Himself to creation. The very lofty level of creation, but that's revelation to creation. But they cannot see and comprehend and grasp and experience Atzilus. So Atzilus is Alma Diskasia relative to Biyah Alma Disgalia. Now going even higher, the same model repeats. And a higher, more relative level, it's all relative. Atzilus compared to Ein Sof is Alma Disgalia, revealed, project creation. The Yosei Aleph Medal Dilim is Abiyah. At the end of the day, relative to Ein Sof, it's a world. It's called a world, the four worlds of Atzilus, Bri, Yitzir, Asi, Abiyah. So what would be Alma Diskasia? The Alma Diskasia, Atzilus. Alma Diskasia are worlds beyond Atzilus. It's called Alma, the world, the hidden world. So what's the hidden world hiding Atzilus? And that's what it says in Zohar. Galta in the divine skull, which means hiding Atzilus. Yasvin place Alpha Ribui Almin. There sits literally 13,000 worlds. What does this mean? And even though it's explained, you don't mean actual worlds as implied by the word olam, concealment, helem. So not in that way. But it's still called worlds. It's still a revelation. There's still some subtle degree of place where God's being revealed. And what is that relative to Atzilus? Totally beyond Atzilus. And these worlds relative to Atzilus, Alma Diskasia. So we're not lost in all the words here. It's a very simple, relatively simple idea that the Rebbe is pointing out that the Kav brings about this whole ladder of Alikus, and the ladder of Alikus is higher, hidden, revealed. What's revealed lower becomes hidden for the level below that, and so it continues down the chain. Clear? So that's what the kav does. Yeah, I need a feedback, a nod. Yeah. So these distinctions we just drew now, which is simply describing how the lower you go, the more finite and concealed, the more there emerges alma disgalia, which means hidden, separate world, separate in quotations. Otherness, relatively, that becomes more and more dominant as the kav proceeds downwards, as the tzimtzum continues to act and work and conceal. So how are we saying that the Eid in Sof, which is elicited through the Avodah V'Yid expressed in Yehei Shmei Rabba, so that's drawn into the kav? You would think it bypasses the kav, and through mitzvahs and mamshech alikos, bligvul. Whole point is to transcend the limitations of the world, bypass, override it, implode it. No, it happens through the kav. How could it be? Answer, he said already. So continue. All these distinctions are all effected through the kav that creates higher and lower, above and below. He started saying, that's all the external dimension. Like we said before, that what level of the Ein Sof is it plugged into? The very lowest level, the very beginnings of malchus, of sovereignty, of kingship, of governance, of otherness. And otherness means otherness. And then it takes that otherness and makes it further other and further and further and further. That's the chitzonius. Oh no. Pnimius akav bligvul. Gewalt and geschrigen, the pnimius of the kav is bligvul. It's truly boundless. The yois where is it rooted? The pnimius of it, not in malchus datzilus. Malchus the Ein Sof, I'm sorry. Malchus the Ein Sof meaning that first step of governance, articulated governance, subjects and king. That's the chitzonius of the kav, which is why the further down it goes, the further the more this materializes, subjects separate from the king. That's the chitzonius. But the pnimius of the kav is tiferes hanelem. Now, tiferes means it's the middle sphere. Chesed, what is tiferes? Tiferes hanelem means tiferes as it's bound up, concealed, because it's completely absorbed within the Yebishter. Let's explain this in a minute. Let's just finish the words. So Tiferes is the third sphere. So what draws down this third sphere, which the pnimius, which really is bligvul, truly infinite? It's through Torah, Urayin Klishoy, because Torah is three, as we learned in the previous Maamar, to my modem ago. Tanakh, and given through Moishe, the third born, and so on. Shepchinas Kavim Tzoi, which is the middle Kav, Tiferes Hanelem, the sphere of Tiferes as its Nelam concealed within Hashem. Conclusion, explanation. First, technically, what did he say? Again, technically, he said that the Kav conceals and filters and limits and creates a whole hierarchy of upper and lower that he identified. True, but that's the chitzonius akav. The pnimius of it, which is not revealed, it's the alma discussion within the kav, is really Ein Sof, it's truly infinite, rooted in Tiferes Hanela. Through Torah, we reveal its inner essence. We reveal a likus through its inner essence, or another way of saying it, reveal the inner essence of the kav. What does this mean? Before we get to what does it mean, we just have the technical thing, yes? The technical language of God. There's chitzonius and there's pnimius. The chitzonius is finite, the pnimius is bligvul. Yeah, that we got, yes? So the explanation is, Pnimius means simply, what does God desire in all of this? As the Baal Shem Tov taught, using an analogy in our own world. Where is a person to be found where his will is? What does that mean? Where a person is to be found is where he's found. What is he talking about? He has a phone, there's a GPS on the phone, and that's where he's found. If he's holding the phone, that's where he's found. You'll find him. What's the mystery? What's the Baal Shem Tov coming to Yigdal? Where is a person found where his will is? The answer is that a person can be engaged in all kinds of things. But if you don't want to be doing it, you're not really there. Is there a gun to your head to do it? No. So you do want to do it. But it's chitzonius erotzen. You're doing it because it's a means for an end. Like work. Who wants to work? Nobody. So why are you working? Because if as a result of working, I make money, and then that's what I want. So where are you going to find the person when he's engaged in something where it's not a means for an end? This is what he wants. That's when you're going to engage him. Otherwise, he's physically present, but his pnimius harotzen is not, and therefore he's not really there. The whole Seder Shtalshalos overtly is chitzonius harotzen. Hashem needs an ishtalshalos. He needs Atzilus, Bri, Yitzir, Asiyah, and even higher? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No interest whatsoever. So why'd you make it? Because there's a Pnimius HaKavana here. The Pnimius HaKavana is, says the Eibush, I'm going to make a finite world and place a little Yigdal down in this world, in a guf, a very finite, tiny little body, with all its frailties and fragility and temporary nature. How long do we and here in this world, he's going to say Yesh Mirab. Here he's going to do a mitzvah. He is going to do tshuva. That's what I want. Oh. So that's the whole Kavanah Primis, this whole elaborate Seder Shtalshalos. Yeah. So since that's the Kavanah Primis, it's carried through in all of the Shtalshalos. What are you here for? You're only here at Tzilis, Bri Atzilus, the Chayis, the Fanim, the Serafim, the whole business. What are you here for? Why did I produce you? Because you are going to create a tachten. You're part of this whole elaborate structure, the bottom of which is a tachten, and there's no tachten without an alien, so I made an alien. There's no alma disgali without alma discassia, so I made alma discassia. There's no yes without no. There's no no without yes. That's why I made you. So the pnimius of it all carries with it the kavanah pnimius of Hashem is designed to be part of our lives. And therefore, when in this world, with our limited bodies and all our limitations, we serve Him, actually going beyond our limit, but with the body, He's saying, Yesh Meirabba b'chol koichai, not lip service, but b'chol koichai, with all of His koyach, His chachma, and His kesed, His chachma, as we learned earlier. So then, you connect to me, and that suffuses all of Ishtalshalos. And the pnimius of the kavan of the kav is now laid bare. That you're here because of this Yigdal here. So it's nimshach through the kav. And specifically it's Torah. Because the kav is rooted where? Not just in Malchus, which is the beginning of the actual system. But Tiferes and Elam, what does he talk about Tiferes? Because Tiferes expresses the essence. Because it's not Chesed and it's not Gevura in essence, it's beyond both. Tiferes points to Hashem as beyond finite and beyond infinite. Tiferes cuts to the Pnimius HaKavan. as explained at length in Chassidus, Tiferes, Yaakov, the whole avodah of Yaakov. Yaakov is Torah, because Torah is both Maila, the previous Maimon. Torah is both Maila Mata, and both Mata and Maila. It's not limited to higher, not limited to lower. It's rooted in the essence, and therefore Torah is the vehicle to express the Anochi Havai Likecha all the way through Ishtarshalus, which is not the point. It's Elam Hazeh, and Ishtarshalus is also elevated. And that's Tiferes. Tiferes simply means not quantifying God at all. Not Gilui, and not Chesed, not Gevurah. Not revelation and not concealment. You. That's what the middle Kav is deeply connected to. That's why Torah is given three, as we learned right in the previous mind. So in summary, in all of the words, it's very simple. And to summarize this mind, but I hope everybody can do that in a few words. Which begs the question, why do we need all of these words? And why do we, like we said yesterday, addressing this, why do we need all of these levels and the relative is Alma Disgalian, Alma Discussion, the Eximbar, and the Oir, and all of the nuances which we need to learn and relearn and think about. Bottom line is God wants a relationship with us, and that's why He made a heaven and Gaman. And you do a mitzvah, you connect to the Eibishter. Finished. We said this in 2 little sentences. But the Eibishter desires an intimate relationship with us, a true meeting of minds and therefore hearts. Understand the nuance. Understand what does it mean, Maila, what does it mean, Mata. Understand the glory of Bria and Yitzirah and Atzilus. Hear the chorus of the heavenly angels in their divine symphony that sing my praises every day. Kodesh, Kodesh, Kodesh. See it, be awed by it, moved by it. And understand that all of this is because I want to be connected to you in your life. And the more we understand that, the more it's going to be bepnimius, not just a slogan, but something that we truly live with in this. It's transformative. So the effort, the harvanya here is not just to get the bottom line, which is not complicated, but the effort, the toil in Chassidus is that this truth should pervade and be reflected in all of the magnificent components of God's wondrous creation, physical and spiritual. Like a home that has so many, components. It's all reflective of one thing. The union, the oneness of those who live there, the soulmates that share themselves with each other in this home. The home and the beauty of it is how that is reflected in every detail of the home. That's what makes it a home. Okay, to be continued, Be'ezer Hashem, on Shabbos at Alpha Brandon. And of course, on Monday, God willing, as we continue in the mind.